Hey guys, Dragon Lord here, coming back to you from Biologistics. Touching up on the fourth tutorial here today. Basically, we're just going to cover chucking in the entity, which is going to be a character, and giving him some waypoints to move around. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put him at the end here. So up here we go to entities, and of course that brings up our add entity here. You'll notice I've added a heap of entities. I've put some in from the original first person creator, so you got your castles, tropical pack, so all these different vegetations, tables, bridges, so on. So we're going to cover that later, but you can put them into reloaded. So let's select character. We'll put in a combat soldier. We're just going to place him down and right click to get rid of the entity. And if we actually right click on our model or entity, you can actually zoom in, look around them, look around your map at the same time. If you use the mouse wheel, you can move around as well. Okay, so it's quite handy. We're also going to have a look on the left-hand side here, and you have actually the attributes for that particular model, whether it be a model of a character or a feature or building inside your game. So everything from how many lives, health, whether they can be thrown, rotative thrown, explodable. It'll be interesting to see if you can character explode. Delay of spawn, where they spawn at the start, spawn when they die, so on and so on. So we're gonna leave him there. We'll apply the changes there. So there's our little character hiding. Okay, and we're just gonna apply a waypoint. Now what happens with the characters is they all move to the nearest waypoint, which is just here. I've added it from up here. We're gonna place that over here, and the reason why I'm doing that is with the waypoints at the moment, the character actually moves to the tail of the waypoint. So if we're going to put the start here, we click on the waypoint control up here, and we hold down shift and left click on the waypoint. This will actually create a new position in the waypoint, and for every time you hold down shift and click, you'll notice that a new star appears. So if I zoom in here, I hold down shift and click on it, a new star appears next to it. It's actually the next phase or the next step in that waypoint. We're going to do this zigzagging down the beach line here. Okay, and as I said before, the character is actually going to find the end of this. So if I actually put this over here, funny enough, the character is going to walk all the way over there first, and then he's going to double back down this zigzag line, gets to the end, turns around and goes back again. Okay, so let's have a quick look at that. We're just going to launch it. Let's go have a look. Okay, so you can see our character up there. I've actually got debugging mode turned on, which when we get closer, there'll be a radius around the character. That radius is showing his detection area, where he's looking. So if you fall within that radius, he's going to spot you and he'll react, and obviously he's going to start his actions based on where you are. So he's looking at us because he's coming down that zigzag, so it's going to back off a little bit. There we go. If something you may or may not know about FPS Creator, if you hit the tab key, it'll actually bring up your specs, tell you how fast you're running, how many frames you're getting, and onwards from there. If we hit tab again, it'll actually bring up options as to graphic options. So whether you want shaders turned on, how much graphic options you want, and what we're looking at is debug mode. So for answer those questions in the forum about what does all these white lines around my models, and why does the character have a weird thing in front of him and a graph showing where he's looking, that's all part of the debug, so you can actually see what's going on with your characters. Great if you're planning your game and you want to see how close you can get to that character. So really handy. You can actually change your world settings up here as well, so grass type, vegetation, terrain type and sky type, level of detail overall, camera view settings and visual settings. So again, fog, so you can set your draw distance, we can drop the fog back, we can increase it forth, your camera visual distance, so we can drop it back or increase it. The good one is the sky type, so we could set a sunset instead of an early morning day. We could go through and set it as cloudy, overcast, we could set it as hazy or mood. So we can also change the terrain type to desert, ice or lush. It's currently set to lush, but if you change it to something like ice, you'll notice that everything changes. The whole lot. So, and then of course desert, we'll change it all grey, but we'll go back to lush. And if we were to walk close enough to this model, he'll actually react and start shooting. So there we go. So he heard us, turned around, and started firing. We're just going to go jump in the water. It's of no consequence. He's still going. Alright guys, that was just the basics on how to set up a player model and have them set a path in the game itself. Thanks very much. Next time we're just going to cover a few markers. We're going to cover these lighting markers and game triggers, and I'll cover a few more entity items. See you then.